How's it going? Oh, yes, so welcome to the Mad Lab outside. Yes, if this looks familiar, if you follow my channel, this probably should look familiar to you. And we'll give a little pause there so you can think about it. No, don't be thumbing back through the videos trying to find it. It's too late now. This is a Hallicrafter. It's a S41 G. Or is it really... Uh-oh, there's those black helicopters I hate. How lovely. Right over the house. Put the video camera down. Watching you. Whatever. Anyway, this is actually, well, it's debatable. This is the Echo phone in disguise, or repackaged. Some snappy new colors, a shiny new face. Bah, it's still an Echo phone. Anyway, I got this at a auction the other day, which I hope to have up on YouTube, but I got a feeling it'll be a little backwardy here. That's okay. Thought I'd bring this baby up, so I kind of set it up for an AM and broadcast and no noise limiting and speaker and receive. It's got a few scratches, but nothing major though. It's in pretty good shape. You just want to kind of a little example on shortwave radio. I bet this thing was like 1995. Actually, it's in pretty decent shape. It could be a little better, but this baby's a hot chassis radio. Although it could be, it's kind of weird because somebody has put a new shiny new cord on this baby, not me. So we'll see here. We'll plug her in the old Variac, and I got power and the volume's up. Variac's on. Let's go for it. I don't know if this has a dial light or not. It probably should. It's kind of gray and kind of a dark red brown. Over here it's kind of a red and a silver. It's not a bad looker. It reminds me of E.F. Johnson a little bit. Maybe? Oh, I'll just bring her up slowly here. Use a little cleaning up. This is not... Well, it is and it isn't. Technically, this is not an All-American 5. It's an All-American 6. There's a 6th tube that I think it's a 12 SQ7 that's a BFO oscillator and a automatic noise limiter, the detector part. Pretty quiet here. Well, we'll see what can happen. Oh, now here comes the neighborhood's bumpy stereo squad. Maybe it's motorcycles. Hi. And we're up to about 50 volts here. It has a band spreader though. What's kind of funny is this is the S41 G, but I think this came out before the whatever the next one in line was, like I think, let's say the 36 or something. Somehow they got out of sequence. I don't know. I guess the guy that was numbering receivers that year got sick or something, or maybe quit. Yeah, we ought to be hearing something here. We aren't. Uh-oh. Getting there. It was a little distorted. We gotta worry about a YouTube hit, you can't even understand it. We got a little ways to go. I'll bet the bias is off on. This doesn't use a 50L6 for an output, it uses a 35L6. The extra tube in there crammed into the filament chain changes. They gotta change it somewhere. Oh, we're getting up there. Got that? Call now. Yeah, I guess.
Each year, a countless number of families begin the complex planning process for their children to attend college.
Thank you. Well, so it kind of works.
Joining us to help save us lives is Cynthia Hammond Davis, author of If I Knew What I Know Now, College.
It's a pretty basic receiver. The top is held on with some number 1/4-inch screws, and the back is just basic back. And I think you can. Looks like you can pop the bottom on this baby. We'll do that. Let me dolly you up here. Let me see if I can find a screwdriver real quick. Let's see, so we're off. Looks like maybe somebody was in this baby once. That's... Oh, come on. I love my neighborhood. It's just a laugh a minute. Just ignore your lawn. You won't have to do all that work. Next it'll be the leaf blower. That screw feels stripped. That's weird. Some of those are longer than others. That's not a good sign. That one's different threads too. Looks like somebody lost the bottom. Ugh. That's not a good sign. Somebody put that tape or that cardboard on there. Uh-oh. Somebody's been working on this gal. Well, they did tie a knot in it. It's all drippy with wax. Wonder where it's leaking at. So kind of some cool looking caps. So it looks like they just worked on the power supply. That was like one of my tricks. And what the hell is that? A piece of paper or something? Leave it alone until I figure out what it is. Huh. Well, they did a pretty decent job. But that cord was right there. Probably that cap there. Yeah, that's probably the. Oh, it looks like they didn't solder that too well. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. My neighbor is just determined to weed whip. Now, here's a little trick on these babies. Let me make sure this, I'll tell you what, we'll just unplug this little monster. See these rubber grommets? This actually floats the chassis above this chassis. So when one of those grommets fails and goes through, you suddenly get a rude surprise. I don't know if there's a cap that connects the RF from one chassis to another or not. Like I said, looks a lot like the Echo phone. What's it got about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, about 10 caps in it. Let's see. Wonder where the output tube is. That's the rectifier. That's maybe the output tube. I suppose I could take the back off. Nope. What's that? Nope. That's actually the Well, it's an okay knot. At least it's a knot. Gaudy white cord. Somebody kind of taped those caps into a little pack and soldered them in. There was probably electrolytic laid in there, and they just made that. That's okay. It works for me. At least they kind of secured it. It's, well, they made an attempt to secure it. This is the output tube. I'll bet there should be a big cap in here somewhere for the cathode. Oh, there's the cap that takes the chassis from one side to another. See that from there to there. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go inside and oh, it's not horribly laid out. I mean, it's a little messy, but it's something you could work on relatively easy. Look at all there's real estate in there. Put my Vist in there. It's a pretty small chassis too. It's literally about three fists wide. Probably about 8 by 13. So there's probably a couple leaky caps there. That one's definitely leaking. Let's see, it's getting all white and yucky. Right there. Why did they put this? Oh, I see. The paper's on the bottom so it doesn't touch these condensers. There's probably a sheet of cardboard in there. Looks like somebody's cut up a cereal box and duct taped it on there. I don't know. It's okay. Well, you know, I don't see that big cap in here. Maybe... Scooch you out of the way a little bit here. Should be over here, I would think. So, little tone cap. What's this? There's some gunk. Looks like a mouse left behind. Does that say indestructible? Yeah, nice. What is that? There's another one there. Weird. Okay. Micromold Radio Corporation. Kind of like those caps. They're pretty cool. What are they? There's 30 microfarad at something. 150 volt at 40 microfarad. Pretty tiny. That's probably a 10-year-old repair. So it had a little hum problem and somebody cleaned it up at least. I don't see the cap for the bypass. So maybe it doesn't have one. Yeah, we need to check that. Is that ground? That might be. Where those inside those little rubber grommets are stamped washers. There's where the BFO connects. There's a little coiled up wire there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, hang on a sec. Let me try and scooch you. Where'd it go? Right there. See that little wadded up, looks like a knot, and the BFO is wrapped around probably the IF lead. We've had this talk before. See something funky in these, don't get to rearrange in the wiring. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, oh, it's plenty loud. Anyway. Well, let me shut you off and see if I can figure out where that cap should be. I don't see it here. What this is. These are all pretty small. Oh, I'm not sure why this is distorted, unless the tube's just plain wore out. That's gonna stink. I don't think I have a 35L6 floating around. Oh, I get the other Echo phone. Okay. Well, here's what the deal is. The bypass cap over here for the output tubes, cathode, was inside that electrolytic. It's a 7A, B, C, and D. And G, there is no D. So somebody kind of screwed up there a little bit. I'm just going to measure the voltage on there if I can find a place to grab onto. Let's see if I can. So I think that's pin 8, isn't it? 6, 7, 8.
Bottom line here is we want investors to be prepared for the day ahead. The concept is to bring perspective, analysis, all day long. I'm speaking with global some of the major moves or reactions, giving investors an edge.
What that is, that's pin 5.
Federal gun laws being introduced to try and keep firearms away from those with mental illness.
California senators and
Maybe this is it here. Yeah, it's about 7 volts above ground, but this cap, I don't know what that is. Must be a feedback cap or something. Yeah, let me see if I can find something that's about 10 volts.